Welcome to a Drop Tent Media production.
Hi, hello, welcome, Call the Bus, Neil Wood, Adam Nutter.
By the renewing of your mind.
The recycling. It's a flesh body world.
Fluid.
Human.
Fluid.
Sir slimy reptilian.
Hey, another day in the call, another day in the call, another day in the call, another call, in the call. That's our fuck song. What's up, everybody? Comedian Neil Wood here with you in the Philadelphia studio for Drop Tent, and we got comedian Adam Nutter over there doing stuff out in the sticks, baby. There he is, escaping the city like a coward.
Like somebody who likes their possessions.
I know. My car's fucked. It's already been hit once. It's already been hit. I'm
getting my car detailed next week. So
yeah,
I even know what world you're in right now. I don't want to operate in that world. I don't even want to talk about your world. That's how negative it is. I just want to talk about how awesome my world is. And I'm gonna get my car detailed next week.
It is rough over here. I am counting pennies. I got fucking.
Fun fact:
terrible.
Philly, 5th murder capital in the state in the states. And
I know.
If you remove Philly, DC, St. Louis, Chicago, and another one, it's not New York or LA. It's another one. We go from like top in the murders in the world to like bottom tier, like almost no murders. It's pretty crazy. So 5 cities are kind of fucking up for everybody, including Philly. So I'm gonna stay here in Bucks County.
Good.
Yeah,
it's nice to know that we're represented out there.
Yeah, you are representing. You are representing the streets to the fullest, I'd say. Yeah,
we don't know where our gangster ends and Philly begins. That's really what it is. We have swagger like no other.
It encompasses, I think, some of the Pine Barrens even. It goes down that far.
I mean, I don't mess with those boys. I'll tell you that much. I don't. I've been taught. I've been burnt by one.
I just watched the episode of The Sopranos where they go to the Pine Barrens and they get like lost. And that does look horrifying to get lost down there.
Oh, it's a nightmare. I've hiked in the Pine Barrens and everything looks the same, and it feels like an endless, a lot of times burnt wonder, because you got a lot of fires, you got controlled burns, and also the devil's out there
Jersey Devil,
fucking people up. I mean, fucking them in their butt, and burning shit, and it's crazy.
Shit.
It's nuts.
Sometimes both at the same time. Burning
He'll light you on fire, light your butt on fire. He'll light the trees
like your
around
soul
you
on fire.
Sultry.
Sultry Jersey Devil, as we all know, the sexiest of all devils.
I think one of the hotter devils.
Yeah.
I mean, pretty ugly, but in that he's like the.
Listen.
He's like not the bass guy. He's basically like a weird ugly. He's
this
like
Jersey
the rhythm
Devil,
guitar guy.
Yeah, the Jersey Devil's into like working out. He's a big shore guy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He goes down, so he has to keep in shape for all the ladies at the shore. He has to get his fucking arm good for DJs at summertime. Summertime's coming up right around the corner, Neil. And as you and I both know, as people who vacation, or you from Jersey, but still calling the shore a vacation,
Gym tan laundry.
Vacation.
I understand.
Gym tan laundry, yeah. So that devil's in shape at least. He's probably, plowing chicks through the Jersey Shore beaches of Wildwood in summertime.
Jersey Devil. I like that. I like the Jersey Devil, like slicked black, slicked black hair,
like black hair.
Yeah,
Some
just like that.
Thick black like aviators on.
Big old chain. I'm seeing him dressing more. I think like Vinny. I think he dresses like Vinny.
He lands with the wings and he goes, "Sup."
Yeah.
That's all he says. He goes, "Sup."
How you doing? What's going on with you?
And then he just raises his shirt to show his abs.
Yeah. He's got multiple nipples.
Multiple nipples. Of course he does. He's a goat demon.
He's a beast. Yeah, he's a beast.
But his wings are also like veiny and ripped. He's like, look at my wings. And he flutters his wings out. He peacocks his wings in the club.
Well, he opens them up, and they're just each segment of the wing is an Italian flag.
It's the red, white, and green.
it's just the red, white, and green across. Like he's like, how you doing?
And it's like when his wings open up, it's like those birthday cards when you open up music plays. It's just Mambo no speak Italian Americano. You know that fucking club song, the ba 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 Italiano. Dun 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 dun.
Well, that's the thing he can do through his vocal cords. So he just opens his mouth once, just like, and then that just comes out for the attraction to happen. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's just
and he automatically just starts.
Yeah.
His
Oh, well,
mouth
that's
open.
his stand. Yeah. That's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that.
Mouth
it's like-
open, just but dead eyes.
Yeah.
Just-
It's bird showing off. Like that's just
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
just dead eyes blackened,
Oh,
like
black,
just like that,
black as the night sky.
just like that.
Yeah,
opened
yeah,
up.
just-
It's
Oh,
like Invasion of the Body
Paparitano.
Snatchers. Yeah.
God, I wish YouTube wasn't gay and we could play that song. It'd be so funny right now.
And then he starts doing it harder when he hears the Italian when we get closer. So he's like, "What the fuck's going on? What the hell is going on? Is there a party going on in here?" Like you know what I mean, like that.
Yep.
And then he does it harder. He's like, it's even the wider mouth,
Yeah,
wider
wider mouth.
eyes.
Yeah.
The music
And
turns
then-
up more. He admits a mist from his glands in the back of his head where it's just like
Yes.
it's just jungle juice that just
I was
drips.
gonna say, it sounds like 7-on-7s. It smells like 7-on-7s.
Yeah.
or then he starts like a mating call, but instead of like a noise, he just yells out like Italian meats, like or like a foods, like manicat,
Yeah.
superstar. What we got? Mozzarella.
Parmigiano Reggiano. Parmigiano Reggiano.
And then just dumb horse flock out of the woods. Like, did someone say manicat? I am hungry
Yeah.
from drinking all night.
I love it. It's a
Jersey
great.
Devil.
We haven't even got to the story.
Haven't
We
got
haven't
to
done
the
anything.
point of this
I haven't
podcast.
got to the point of the podcast. Two comics shooting the shit, having fun. And of
Jersey-
course, conducting our cult as we need to see
Of course.
fit. And there's some people in the basement who deserve to be there right now, but that's neither here nor there.
Neither here nor there. Yeah.
No. But
Maybe
so
we'll get
you-
to it. Maybe we won't.
Yeah, I don't. Well, it doesn't come up. Shut up. Sorry. So
I bring the cult of story today.
I've heard. Pray tell. There is a
The
tale.
cult of story. A tall tale.
Yes.
Not told by
I feel
me.
like we should have like that early the starting Hobbit music, like the
The
Shire
Lord of the
music.
Rings. Yeah.
Yeah, like and it's us running through. We're on a journey.
I'm like Gandalf. I'm like, come gather round. Come
Yes.
gather. With my long pipe. Hold on. Hold on. Wait.
Mr. Baggins.
There.
Yeah. Oh yeah, look at this Foley work. He's blowing. into the
Come
mic.
gather round. It was as we all take a hit from my long pipe.
Yeah, because he does that thing where he shifts the pipe in his
Yeah.
face, where he's like, all right,
Yes.
gather round.
I told my Ford Bronco hat.
Also, you didn't. Yeah, you. Sorry, Samwise. Just to let you know that you definitely have jizz in the hair on your feet. Just clean that up whenever you can.
Yeah, also-
I know it's hard. A lot of you actually do. You guys don't really realize where you're coming. And
Have you guys tried walking faster?
It's all crusted over.
You took
It's-
way too long to walk.
It's so much. Like all of it.
Was it
It's
because your
definitely
feet was
jizz.
covered in jizz? Is that why you took so long to walk? It slowed you down physically?
Like your feet are. They're
encrusted in jizz.
It's almost greased. It's almost greased as if like it's a Jersey boy Italian. Like this is unfortunate. It is very
Jersey
like, it's-
Devil would be all over this.
Yeah, he'd be all upset about you. Okay, yeah, that music's playing in the background. Picture it, everyone.
picture
You
this. Now, I was on a podcast that I'm not going to say the name of because I don't even want to give it credence.
Okay.
Two gentlemen. One very cool guy. I'm actually going to do his
Joe
podcast.
Rogan Experience. Is
JRE.
Yep.
No big deal. And MBD.
Yep.
I'm actually going to do the other guy's podcast soon. He's a very nice guy.
Or
Now,
maybe it was Lock the Gate. It's probably Lock the Gate. We all know.
it's definitely that. So the other guy on the podcast, I'm not even going to say his name, but he goes, "Oh, I'm a comic too." I go, "Okay, cool." He's like, "I've been doing it for like 20 years." And I'm like, he looks around my age. So I'm like, okay. Already probably false, but okay, fine.
Okay.
So he just starts telling a story about how, and by the way, throughout my story of telling it, this is going to get very convoluted, and it's because this is how it was told to me on the podcast. So
Okay.
bear with me, but
Right.
please feel free to jump in and shit on this guy throughout my story, because if I just tell the story straight through, it is crazy, but it won't be as funny. So okay. So he goes, "Hey, so it sucks. Like my name right now that you see here, he's like, it's not my real name. It's like a pseudonym name because I can't use. I'm legally not allowed to use my real name because I signed it off in a contract." I went, "Okay."
I met
Pause.
the devil at the crossroads in hopings to leverage my soul against it to better myself and become one of the best guitarists in the entire South.
Yeah, dude, I
Like,
was
what?
like, you definitely didn't sign a talent contract. I make you talented because you're here doing the
I don't know
shitty
if you know,
podcast I'm
but,
on. So
My name is so sexy, unfortunately, I actually had to sell it.
I sell it. It was so I had to turn down so much.
Jack
pussy.
Thunderbottom, if you were wondering.
Had to turn it down.
Had to
It was
couldn't-
insane.
I literally had to
Insane
sell
pussy.
it. I was getting so much.
So
Somebody,
much.
Warner Brothers came along. They're like, "Listen, your name's too sexy. We know, I was inside of a woman when they were talking to me. I literally could not get. It was crazy, and I was like, maybe this is too much, and I can't take. I do need a dry spell, so I sold it. Probably the biggest mistake of my life. But,
Dude, that would have been more believable
Okay,
than what
so-
that turns out to. So
nameless.
so we're gonna put a pin in this.
away.
Okay? We're gonna put a pin in this.
Okay,
Okay.
that's
Put a
our
pin-
first piece. He
Put a pin in
possibly
that.
has sold the name, his actual
His
name
name and material.
and material at that point already.
Now, pin. Okay?
Right. Okay.
I go, how'd you get into comedy? He goes, well, I was like 19 years old, and I was going to college in Scottsdale, Arizona. And I was like, okay, so far this checks out. Then he goes, across the street was like a comedy club. And on like Tuesday nights, they were doing like open mics, and like you get like a free beer if you did on the open mic. I was like, yeah, actually sounds also right. Like in a small club in, Scottsdale, Arizona. It's not like Helium or like,
Yeah,
I'm like, okay. He's like, yeah, so like he's like, I would just go every Tuesday night because I was like a college kid, I wanted to drink for free. I was get a beer and just I wasn't really caring about what I was doing. I was like, okay. He goes, yeah, so like 3 months into comedy, I'm like 3 months into doing open mics here. I'm partying with this dude at the club, and he's like telling me the whole time. He's like, dude, you're really funny. I'm gonna take you on
You
the road.
may have
with me."
never heard of him, but he goes by something like Doug Stanhope.
Buddy, you're not far off.
I can sense it coming.
You're not
I can
far
sense
off.
I can sense this clandestine meeting that he's having may be a person of note, and that maybe he's like, yeah, that guy.
So
Wow,
he goes,
this is gonna be fun.
This
Okay.
guy he's talking to, he goes, dude, you're great. You're so funny. I'm gonna take you on the road with me. I'm gonna take you on the road with me. I'm gonna take you on the road with me. He's like, okay, cool, man, cool. He's like, hey, man, you want to go to a party? He goes, sure. Then he goes, out of nowhere, these girls like blindfold us and like take us to this limousine, and then I realize on the side of the limousine it says Vivid, and we go to a Vivid porn party. And I went, okay,
Yeah.
sure.
At this point, I'm like, I need to leave. Like at this point, I'm like legitly like I'm like I have to actually get out of this conversation,
So-
and I need to exit the building, and I'm gonna tell a couple people they should
Yeah.
also leave too.
So listen, obviously the comic in me is like shit on this, right? Like destroy this because you have to.
Yeah,
but
or it's a heavy. I usually would hit heavy sarcasm, like as you do.
and
you
well, my
know,
point
yeah.
is like right. But
Oh yeah, we've all
be a
had
dick,
hoods
you know what I'm
put
saying?
on our
Like,
heads at a bar, completely
Right.
normal by women, and then went to a porn. Guys, this is like
Totally
every
normal.
other week.
Totally
This
normal.
happens all the time.
especially out of an open mic comedy club.
Yeah, with a guy, you got a good-looking dude, dumpy, fat fuck, like not
Which, by the
that
way,
great
not
in the face.
not a looker. This gentleman, by the way.
Yeah. That's-
Believe it
I
or
had a-
not.
I had
Believe it
a-
or not.
I had a
Had
suspicion.
an inclination. Had a suspicion.
Yeah.
Dude, okay. So he goes, we're at the party now. He's like, by the way, I'll give him credit. It's not like he was like, I'm fucking these chicks. He wasn't saying that. He's like, I'm just at this party doing like drinking
Creeping,
with this
jerking in
guy.
the corner.
Right.
Got it.
And he goes, this guy turns out to be none other than who is behind you on the wall right
Nah,
now.
I fucking knew it. I knew it, you fucking asshole.
For
I
anybody
knew it
who's not on the
immediately.
YouTube, by the way, youtube.com/cult of us, get on the YouTube right now. Get on the YouTube. Subscribe. Do it. Thank you. Go fuck you, though, but do it.
Oh, okay. No.
But it's David Tell I'm pointing at because David Tell is in the studio. Not physically in the studio. Pictured in the studio. So he goes, David Tell.
My goat, in my opinion.
I went, so in my brain now, I'm going, do I interrupt this story and just be a comic and destroy this? Or
Right.
just be like, whoa, so I could see where this goes, so I could do what I'm doing right now. And I obviously decided for B. So I went with B, right? So I went, okay. So he's like, yeah, so David Tell takes me on the road with him. So David Tell, again, one of the godfathers of comedy, the greatest,
no
one
big
of the
deal.
greatest comics of all
Yeah,
time.
yeah, yeah.
The staple of New York comedy. One of my favorite comics, too. Again, not my
Insomniac.
favorite, but one of my favorite.
I literally
this
watched
is
it go
also,
to bed.
by the way, this was at the same time that he's filming Insomniac.
I should not be
story
also
takes
saying that out loud. I'm sure comics are going to make fun of me. But yeah, I used to watch Insomniac to go to bed. It was one of my favorite shows.
That was a great
It
show.
was great,
Love that
yeah.
show. But this was the same time that the show was being filmed. So it's like 2004 or 5, okay?
Okay.
So in my brain, I'm like, so again, David Tell, one of the best comics, took a 3-month open micer on the road with him in California.
Yeah, 2004 or 5. So he's
Yes.
already, he's
Well
already
established.
pretty well established.
He has a show
in
on
the
Comedy
scene.
Central, and
yeah.
this when Comedy Central was huge.
Because because
This
I
is
would have been
huge.
getting
Comedy
into it
Central
already.
was
He
04
already-
Comedy Central. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So like,
sure.
okay, so bullshit, right? All of this is bullshit.
Oh yeah, that seems
It
like
gets,
him.
hold on, it gets crazier. He goes, you know Nick Swartzen? I go, of course I know Nick Swartzen. He goes,
Grandma's boy.
he
things
goes,
like that,
he fucking hates me. I go, why does Nick Swartzen hate you? He's like, oh fuck that guy. He stole my shit.
Why
I
is it
went, what do you
always-
mean? Like your material? He's like, not like so much my material. He's like, maybe a joke, but like, he's like, no. He's like, my MySpace page, I used to have Professional High Fiver on it. And if you go to his website, it still says that on there. But he put that after I had it, after I met him. And like his page was like, his website's still almost verbatim to my old MySpace page. And I was like, okay. Uh-huh.
Is
right.
this the only guy on this podcast?
No, his co-host, who is cool and nice, and I'm going on his show,
Okay.
just kind of looked like a beaten, like a downtrodden husband. Where like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like he has like a very rambunctious wife maybe, who's like just always like telling tall tales.
You're
of like,
describing yourself. But
right?
Okay.
Yeah, me. So me.
Okay.
Okay, he looked like me. Just like sitting there, like, you know, like looking like that.
Oh boy. Okay. All
Yeah.
right.
Just like
Interesting.
kind of shutting up.
Just
and
sullen.
sad.
Oh, for people at
Yeah,
home,
yeah.
it's
Well, get on
sullen,
YouTube, you know?
sunken kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah. Get on YouTube, but you know.
So he goes, yeah. So he goes, he also doesn't really like me because during part of the tour, David Tell wanted to like switch things up, so he made me feature for him and made Nick open. I went, because Nick was on tour with Dave.
Yeah.
This is his story.
No, I got
Right.
Yeah, right.
So I was like, oh, this is 0%. So I'm like, how much material? He's like, oh, I only had like 5 minutes of material, but like Dave made me like go to like writers open mics and stuff like that on the road with it. Like when he was on the road with him and stuff, like he would like make me go to places and like write and learn stuff and learn comedy. I was like,
okay.
Feel like he was too busy
20
filming
yeah.
a show and like wouldn't.
Oh, well, not only that, but it's 20 years. Like the idea that I don't know you at all and have never heard your name, and if this is going where I think that he's already kind of saying Nick Swartzen stealing from him, I'm guessing that we sold the name and the rights to David Tell.
No,
or someone else. Okay,
Oh,
so
yeah.
good.
No,
Don't
'cause
tell.
I'm gonna
yeah.
drop it later. It's coming.
I figured.
It's coming.
But okay. Well, then I'm guessing this guy, it feels like he's. I don't know, man. This is okay. What's gonna happen?
Okay.
Because at this point, it's hard to judge. There's a fucking loose cougar in the room. Like I know. It's just you're just
Yeah.
like, huh, okay,
It's
what's
like the
that?
scene of Ricky
I always
Bobby
say,
where he's like,
"Oh, come on now, you got to face the fear of it." Yeah,
right.
yeah.
He's like sitting in the car with a cougar and just driving. And I'm like, okay, just sitting there calmly, like, ooh.
Oh, okay. Yeah, like okay.
No sudden movements. He's gonna pounce on me. So he goes, yeah, well, fuck Nick Swartzen. He doesn't like me. La 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 la. Okay. So he goes, David Tell introduced me to some like producer people, and they like me. They like my stuff, and that's the contract I signed. Right. I was like, okay. He's like, yeah. So then I went to Mexico to like just go on vacation, and I met some chick down there, wound up staying there, and I never just fulfilled the contract. So now I'm down in Mexico, and David Tell calls me, and he goes, hey man, are you ever gonna come back and do that contract or what? Because if you don't do it, they're gonna just give it to somebody else. And he's like, I don't know, whatever. I'm with this chick now. I don't really care.
Mm-hmm.
Pause. I'm gonna get back to this in a minute. Okay. Fast forward to 2008. When was the first writer's strike in Hollywood? Like 07, 08? Around then? 09?
Maybe.
Those years. Okay. So the first
Not
writer's strike.
the first, but
Well,
yeah, I got you.
The more
in-
recent of the
in-
two. Okay. Not the one that was going on right now in 2023.
Right.
The one before this one, 2023. Okay. Whatever that
Yeah,
one was.
yeah,
Not
yeah.
important. It's just for that time frame. I think it's like 07, 08.
Got you.
So he goes, I'm living in LA at the time. And
yeah, you're right. Yeah, which began
okay.
2007 ended in 2008.
Can you do me a solid real quick?
Yeah,
Can
good
you look
job.
up can you look
Good
up
work.
season 2 of Entourage? And this comes into play. Look up season 2 of Entourage when that came out.
Okay. Gotcha.
Because this is also very important to the story. Now I'm thinking about it.
Ooh.
Because this is just another nail in the coffin to this dummy story. Because it's 2005 or 4 was season 1, right?
I think so. I don't know. I didn't watch Entourage.
Okay, so either way, season 2 would have been 2006.
That was 2000 June 5th, September 4th of 2005
Was season 2.
was season 2.
Oh,
Yes.
dude. Okay, I didn't think of that because I was so blown away by the story. Okay.
All right.
So he goes, I'm in LA right now selling magazines door to door. I'm like, that's the most truest thing you fucking said so
I
far.
can see that for him.
Right? Because I'm like, that's your path in life is selling magazines door to
can
door
see
because
that
you
for
are a
him, yeah.
con man. Like, you are
Definitely.
a salesman, sir.
Yeah. I feel like if I met you and we were talking about plumbing, you'd be like, "Yeah, I actually invented the elbow."
Yeah, I have actually invented
that you
plumbing.
guys use
Yeah.
a lot of. Yeah, like I know,
Just
and then I
the-
sold
all
my
of it.
entire rights and.
Yeah, I invented plumbing, the toilet. I invented all of it.
I think you're making this up just a la carte every time you meet somebody.
So he goes, I ring a doorbell, and this really eccentric guy brings me into his house. He's like, "Oh, yeah, I'll buy some magazines." He's like, "Just wait
By
here."
the name of Jim Carrey or some shit like that. Like
I
what?
mean, but, like you're not too far off. Like you're not.
Wondering, cares
And this is
about
what's sad is like you're
anything.
being funny and like it's like kind of truthful.
Okay.
In this
Who
guy's
opens
story.
the door?
No,
Who
so the
opens
guy
this
who
fucking-
opens the door isn't important.
Oh,
It's
okay.
no one.
All right.
Okay.
Never mind.
So he goes, now I'm sitting in this guy's house and there's a guy on the couch. And the guy has like a thick beard, longer hair, right? So the guy opens the guy's house it was. He goes, "Hey man, do you do open mics at the Comedy Store?" He goes, "Oh yeah." He goes, "Oh man, I've seen you there before. You're really funny." He's like, "Thanks." He goes, "You know who this is?" And he goes, "No." He goes, "That's Adrian Grenier, a.k.a. Vinny Chase from Entourage, the lead of Entourage."
Oh, okay.
And he goes, "Oh, I never seen Entourage. I don't know who that is. Like, I never seen." He's like, "From Entourage." And the guy who I'm talking about goes, "Oh, I don't know. I never seen Entourage."
Right.
So Adrian Grenier then goes, "Oh, so you're a comic?" And he goes, "Yeah." So then he goes, me and Adrian Grenier just start talking. I start making him laugh. Then he goes, "All right, man, we got to go. We have a reservation at Nobu." Nobu at the time
Familiar with, right?
was like brand new in LA and like the hardest restaurant to get into. Right now,
Yeah,
it makes
yeah.
sense that he could get into Nobu, right?
Right.
Like, that makes sense. So he's like, "Are you coming?" He goes,
This is like a Larry David sketch. This is
"Bro,
not,
it is like a Larry David sketch.
This is
It
not.
like a Larry David
This
sketch.
is not really what happened. It's not. It's just not.
So now you're getting okay. You're going to like 12 stages of grief. Now you're doing right. You're just getting mad now. You're like your humor's
Yeah.
gone. You're just like
Because
no,
it's a sketch.
fuck you. Exactly.
It's not real.
Exactly.
It's not.
Yeah,
There's
dude,
no
this
fucking
is
way.
my internal struggle when I was hearing this story. I went through like bullshit.
Like I'm
to,
waiting for it to be like, no, I couldn't go with you. No, all right, I'll go. Of
You're
course.
doing. I'm telling you, you're doing.
And
this
then he
thing I
just
went
does a
through.
whole Larry David. I get there, and I didn't like the way they took the coats, you know. And then you're just like, is that? Oh wow, that's crazy that happened.
He
And then I
goes-
became super big and famous.
He goes like, "Oh, I don't go." He's like, "No, come on, man, come on." He goes, "All right." So I go there. He goes, "It turns out there's like 100 people there." But I go, I doubt that even too. And he goes,
Sure. I mean,
and it was a cast and crew of Entourage.
okay. Sure. I mean, at this point, we've set up a scenario where all that happened. So sure, it's that he would be going to some place with the cast and crew of
Hey,
Entourage.
I'm gonna give
If
you.
it stipulates that the previous statement is true.
I'm gonna give you a guess. Where do you think this goes next?
Well, so I didn't watch Entourage. So
No,
I'm
in
guessing
this
they
story, where
make
do
him.
you
They
think
help.
this goes?
I think they asked him to write some parts of Entourage. Yeah. Yeah, I figured that's a clap in the background. Yeah.
So he goes. They're talking about now. This is where it's also an obvious lie. That's why I asked you to look up season 2 of Entourage because this is taking place 2007, 2008. His story.
Right.
Season 2 came out 2005.
Five.
Okay. Now he says
Those
there's-
are different years, just for at home. Just
for
in
anybody
case.
out listening.
And also for people that are
Bullshit
watching,
meter
just
out
so
there.
if you
Yeah,
don't know,
rules and short.
both of those that we said. just to
05
make
and
sure.
07. Those are 2 different years.
Those are two different.
Two very
those are-
different years.
those are-
By 2
those
years,
are
actually.
different years. Yeah.
Two different.
right.
2 years off.
Those are two years different.
2-2. He goes, Adrian Grenier liked thought I was funny, so he wanted to bring me on the writing staff to write punch up dialogue to make it
Right.
more realistic. Don't know what that means, by the way. Realistic to what? To what?
To what? The experience of the show. Do you know what the show was about?
Hollywood? You don't know that, bitch. You're fucking no one selling magazines
Yeah,
in this
live
story.
in California. And
Just
the
live in
actual
California?
industry.
Okay, then I could also write Entourage. Fuck off. Like,
Well, yeah,
I've been
that's
to
what I'm
California a few times. What
But
does
I
that
mean,
mean?
no, you have to live in Hollywood, California, and be in like the industry. That's the people that know why
Right.
Entourage is funny.
Right.
Like these fledgling actors.
By the way, I loved Entourage. Love that show.
Okay, yeah.
And this also comes into play because of my knowledge of Entourage.
Okay.
So he goes, so now the next day I'm in a writer's room in an HBO studio, not studio, offices, whatever.
Yeah.
In writing. And he was like, me and a bunch of other people. He's like, and in front of us is an HBO executive.
Okay.
And the HBO executive is saying, season 1 of Entourage didn't really do well, which I think that is true. Like, it's not that it didn't do well. I just don't think it was like super viewed. And I think season 2 blew it up though, like for sure.
Yes.
So that's true. So he's saying this HBO executive is like, season 1, was good, but like it didn't get the eyes on it. So here's the deal: HBO as a company, we're going broke. Now, pause again. Pin this because The Sopranos is ending. The Sopranos may be the biggest show of all
they
time.
almost went broke like 1990s stuff. Like HBO was fledgling. or
Way
whatever.
before
But
The Sopranos even came
Yeah,
out,
yeah.
dude.
That's like.
But by this time, The Sopranos are out. I think
That was the
6
big-
Feet
that's
Under
the
is
show
out,
that-
right?
yeah. Sopranos was like the flagship.
No,
I
100%.
guess.
But Deadwood was out, I think, also, which is a
Right.
big show. My point is, there were
They started
big
making
shows.
bangers.
Oh, by the way, Curb.
Curb. Yeah. They had
They were a
bangers.
big
on.
show. Banger. Exactly. Especially The Sopranos being number one.
Of course.
So, bullshit, they don't have money.
Yeah, it's strange.
So he goes, we have to throw all the money into season 2 of Entourage, and if this fails, we have to sell HBO. Again, timeline already a lie, right?
Would have had to misspend a bunch there, I guess, to make that
A
true.
lot.
Or it seems like it would.
Exactly. So he goes, me and all the other writers in the room, we had to write a treatment for season 2. So he was like, I never even seen season 1. So overnight, I had to watch all season 1 of Entourage, binge watch it, and then write a treatment and bring it in the morning. Now, for anybody out there listening who doesn't know what treatment is like a complete outline of a season, pretty much, right? That's what they wanted.
Yeah.
Like, they pretty much wanted an outline of season 2. Like,
Yeah,
what you think season
basically
2 should be
need
of
the,
Entourage.
Yeah, you
right?
need like the beats, pretty much.
Right.
Of like not each episode,
Not dialogue,
but
right? But just
could
like,
be
right, an outline.
the overall plot, B
Right.
lines, A lines. I think, yeah, like that kind of.
Like, Vincent Chase gets in fights with Turtle, whatever.
Yeah.
And then, like,
We have a scene
Eric
that
E
establishes
tries to,
in
right,
3,
E
yeah.
tries to hire a different actor or try to work with a different, whatever. So he goes, all these writers got to, came and they randomly they picked mine out of all of them. They like mine the
course.
best, of
Of
course. So then he goes on to say that he essentially wrote season 2, 3A, and 3B of Entourage, which arguably the 3 best seasons of the show. As an Entourage fan, like everybody says, like seasons 1 through 4, like the best seasons of the show, and then it fell off, right?
Right.
So he wrote the core of the show. This guy.
Wow. So
And
lucky
then,
of
but
him.
didn't get any writers credits, of course.
Well, no, why? Of
course,
he's
why
just
would you?
passing through.
Passing
he's just
through.
he's just a passing through cowboy, dude. That's nothing.
Dude.
He's in town.
Why would you get a single writer's
coming
credit?
off the prairie? You know what I mean?
Not one?
Yeah,
Of course not. Why would you?
No.
You're a busy guy.
He's
You
coming
do
off the
shit.
prairie, baby.
You
He's
do open
coming
mics at the
in.
Comedy Store.
Oh,
You're a busy
me?
guy.
Just call me Man in Black. Don't mind,
Oh, fucking
darling. Like
Just
you know
call
what I
me
mean? Like,
fucking Ernest Hemingway. I'm fucking out here slinging them. No
Wait,
big deals.
Man in Black. Before you go, wait. We've got an idea. It's something to do with.
What does Johnny Drama do in season 3?
We're thinking of doing a thing with dragons, and it's gonna be maybe really big, a lot of sex in it. Just come back, wait. Sorry, darling. I'm
Sorry,
gonna get,
just-
but maybe one day if you hear an old tumbleweed going across the prairie, you give me a call.
And
Like,
make sure I get 0 credit
Yeah,
for
yeah.
any of my work in Genius.
Yeah, absolutely. It's okay. So this guy, at this point, at this point, dude, I'm surprised you didn't hit like a liar. Fucking, excuse me.
I didn't want to ruin it.
I
just
know.
wanted to
Yeah,
see
just
where
see
I
where
just
it
wanted.
goes.
He did. While he was talking, I envisioned him just being like, and then I went on the road, and
Then
just like
I-
as he's like
yeah.
noosing himself,
Yeah.
just keep giving himself
Then,
a slap to hang himself with.
I mean,
dude.
this is
Like,
crazy because this is before I had to fake my death, and it's just like one of those situations where you have to do it, but you know
have
it's
to
coming.
do it. It's like you would think like I also was super handsome, but then I had to get plastic surgery to make myself look ugly
So
because
I'm-
I was just so fucking handsome before. It was such a burden on my life. Now Now I'm ugly, but like I'd be ugly and happy than handsome and just covered in hot pussy.
Yeah, I'm actually aging backwards, which it's a whole son of a bitch right now. I mean, it's really tough. So I'm planning on what movies I'm going to be writing when I'm technically 2 right now. So it's going to be tough, you know what I mean? But I'm working through it. My yoga instructor's involved. We'll figure it out. Like, it's like, you're like, yeah, man, sure, dude. Yeah, 100%. That's real.
Yeah.
That's real. Yeah, why not?
He might
Because
as
I don't
well
want to
say-
argue with you. You're nuts.
George
Yeah.
Clooney's also my dad. I don't know if you knew that.
He's my dad, brother, cousin. So
whatever,
it's,
no big
it's a
deals.
very complicated relationship. He doesn't want to admit I am, but it's a whole thing. Don't bring it up to him. Don't bring it up to him.
He just leaves Entourage again in the peak of the show.
Yeah, you get bored.
You get
Adam.
bored.
You get bored.
You move on to other projects like selling magazines. and
Don't
shit.
put my name on it. Don't even, guys. Leave it off.
Leave it
It's
off.
fine. I was passing through for
Give
a
it
couple
to the
of
head
years.
writer. He deserves all the credit.
Yeah, or I mean, or if you happen to take my name off just because you guys are kind of cruel or whatever, like I'm down with it. It's fine. I mean, I'm not a big deal. Anyway, guys, I gotta get inside my. I gotta take a ride on my dragon. Yeah, I'm just gonna jump my dragon.
jet.
Get the fuck
Yeah, I
out
gotta
of
go my
here.
invisible jet. We gotta go fight dragons together. All right, deuces.
Yeah, it's okay. So,
So
how's
now,
he gonna land this? Like,
now-
what?
I'm gonna come back to the who he sold the rights to
Oh,
of his
God,
name.
Of course, right. Don't forget that he's not even himself now. He's picked up another name, which I'm guessing is the name you know him by, but we don't know. But okay, so
Bro,
he's
I
already
could
sold
give
his name
you
to it.
A
How many
million
names does he
guesses.
have in this story, right? Like at this point, has he sold the rights so he's already under a name right now?
Just
I wouldn't be
two.
surprised if he changed. Okay, wow.
Because
Oh.
apparently this was, none of this makes sense. So I actually don't know how this tracks because he's lying. So I can't actually. No, it doesn't make sense. I'm sorry, I can't answer that question.
Yeah. I mean, we
Move
just
on.
don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if he's like, well, that's your name, but I changed it again. It was a whole thing with the CIA. Some wet missions gone wrong. Some
Yeah,
wet
it was a
work
wet
gone
works,
wrong.
it
It's
was a
just a
PMC.
whole problem.
Private military
I mean,
contractor.
You probably didn't even hear it. You ever heard of like some overseas shit?
He's like,
Blackwater?
I was the one
You
who
probably never heard of
pulled.
it.
I'm the one who pulled Saddam out of the spider hole. That was me.
Yeah, it's like not even. You probably never heard of.
Probably never heard of it. Probably
that
I'm the guy in
kind
the
of
picture.
stuff.
No big deal.
It's fine. SEAL team doesn't even ring a bell, right? Yeah, don't even worry. It's not important right now. But yeah, so now you know my
DevGru,
name
ever hear of
now.
DevGru SOCOM? No, no
Yeah,
big
yeah.
deal.
It's fine.
I could give you a million guesses for this comment because and you'll just
So-
never fucking get it.
Right.
Especially
No, it's fine.
and
Let's move
especially
forward.
right, especially when I tell you his name, you'll definitely never would have
No,
got it because
yeah,
you would have
it's
been like, even that timeline doesn't make sense.
Sure, it doesn't. Yeah. Okay.
So he goes, and he told me off air. He wouldn't tell me on air because he's like, I'm legally can't tell you, but I'll tell you off air. None other than Kevin James,
Okay.
King and Queens.
Clerks.
Kevin James.
Oh, okay. Not. I got you.
No, you're thinking of Kevin Smith.
Kevin Smith. Every time.
Kevin James, King and Queens. Kevin James,
Yes. Okay.
who's been in stand-up since the '80s.
Paul Blart. Yeah. Stand up. Had a Comedy Central presents.
But apparently,
Then quickly got the show.
he
Patton
stole the
Oswalt.
bits from this gentleman from the contract that was given
Wow.
to him, and King and Queens was, handed to him from this
Right.
contract.
Of course. Naturally.
Obviously,
Yeah,
who
yeah,
this
yeah,
was going.
You know what I mean? He knows. He's at this point he's an expert in the field. So I mean, you know.
I mean, my question is, if you're so good at prolific stand-up, where the fuck are you now?
Well, you know what it was? He's actually too funny legally
funny?
to be
That
put
was
on
it.
stage. Because every
That
time
was
he
it.
gets on stage, he actually kills people. That's how funny he is. So
Wow.
they had to rein him in. Right now, what happens is he's writing for Dave Chappelle.
Hmm.
And he can't even technically fully write in the same room. So he has to write down just pieces of his jokes, right? He writes them down, rips them into pieces, different words, and then he drops them into a bucket for Dave Chappelle to kind
Right.
of figure out. And that's
Right.
where Dave Chappelle took that bit from.
Dave
of like,
Chappelle's genius is.
if you remember one of his jokes, he
Right.
takes a word out of a bucket. Like that's how it actually has to happen because he's so smart. He'll kill audiences.
It's actually this guy.
Slaughter whole audiences. So, yeah, not Dave Chappelle, but this guy who's
Right.
helping him write.
So
It's crazy, man. So cool that you met him.
yeah, I know. Honored.
Wow. If I were only so lucky to be in the presence of a comedy god.
Hey, I didn't get his autograph, but and I didn't book him for our show. I know I should have. I wasn't
So
thinking about it.
strange.
I was nervous to ask him
Right.
Because he has so
I
many
get that.
credits, and like we're just
Yeah,
a little
it's like,
cult
oh my
over here.
God.
I didn't want to be
Walk
like,
off hit for Entourage, you know what I mean, or whatever. Like it's just insane. It's crazy. Yeah.
so I was like, oh, but that's whose podcast I was on.
Wow. Huge stuff. You know what's strange is we haven't had like one follower at all like our stuff from it. This is so crazy because if he's that big, you know what I mean?
Right.
You'd think that we would be flooded, given your charisma and obvious comedy talent on the podcast, that we would be flooded and inundated with Patreon
Right.
and likes and follows. But that's so strange. I don't know how long, far his reach is, but
Weird. I guess it's a
nuts.
mystery. It must be us.
Yeah, I mean, this is one of those things that much like the pyramids and things like that. We just we might never know he's lost. It's DB Cooper. You know what I mean? He's the comedy equivalent of DB Cooper, dude. So he sold it. Yeah. So that's it.
Sad.
That's just
Yeah.
He is Kevin James, or Kevin James is him, or he helped write.
Yes. To all of it?
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
Hmm?
Man, what a fun time for you. That made it. What was the podcast about? What were you guys talking about? Macrame, or what was the?
Don't know.
actual
He just talked
topic?
about himself the whole time.
That's a very interesting podcast.
I
That's a
try
very-
to come in with jokes, and he just talked right through them.
I think it might be like are you sure you weren't on the podcast to purposely debunk him live on air? Like you're
I
supposed
don't
to
know. I thought I was getting punked. I was like, "Is this a fucking bit? What the fuck is happening right now?" No, I couldn't get a word in edgewise. I would try to make a
Wow.
funny joke, and he would just be like, "Oh, and then I did this." I'm like, he
Yeah.
reminded me of that, those little kids who just always try to story top you.
Yeah, it
That's
seems
him.
like he's
It's just that you're like, "Oh, me and my uncle caught a fish the other day." He's like, "Oh, I caught a shark." You're
yeah.
like, "Did you?"
I got a shark, and the shark
Yeah.
was like it had muscles,
Yeah.
and the muscles
Yeah.
were like
Yeah.
even bigger than you've
And
ever
he was
even
like
seen.
radioactive, and like he spoke to me, and then I had to fight him. And you're like, "Okay."
You're
I
like,
was like, "Shut
man,
up."
buddy, that must have been tough. I'm glad you're here. I usually just lean in harder and believe them. Usually, I'm just like, dude, I'm just glad you're here, man. Because I've had to fight a shark once. He's like, well, I actually fought Godzilla, and you're like, all right, buddy, yeah.
Or they
And
just
I
go,
just yes and it until they run out of steam. Usually,
Yeah,
they get
because they're
very
not smart enough to
frustrated.
keep up, or they just get mad and they go, "No, you did it," and you go, "You didn't either, bitch."
Like, yeah, I just changed the game. I usually just end up changing the game on them, and then making it something where they're like, well, I had to eat all of the salt, and I'm like, wow, if you eat all that salt though, you do die. And they're like, what do you mean die? And I'm like, here we are. Now
Yeah,
I got
yeah,
you
yeah.
where I want you.
No, it's a fun one. It only works on like 5 and 6 year olds, mainly boys. But if you go, man, you're a real baby, they go, I'm not a baby, and you go, that's what a baby would say. They go, I'm not a baby. They start getting so mad, and you're like, got you.
My little nephew, he would say, because he had like speech problems, and also because we're Jersey trash, he would say adult. Like, so he was like, I'm
adult.
not a baby, I'm adult.
I'm adult.
I'm
Yeah.
adult.
I'm adult. You are
Like,
adult.
all right, bud. And he would hold it every time. I'm adult. And he would hold his mouth like that. He was like, I'm adult. All right, I'm not a little baby. I'm adult.
little baby,
I'm like,
yeah.
All right, bud. That's okay.
Right, baby. And they're like,
So like, can I drink this? Can I drink this? Because I'm adult. I can drink it. And I'm like, no, buddy. You can't
Dude,
drink that, bud.
some kids shake so hard, I feel like they get autism from it.
That's yeah.
They shake
That's
into
what we clean the
autism.
toilet with. That's toilet bowl cleaner. Don't drink that, buddy. It doesn't matter if you're an adult. Actually, I mean, as an adult, you could drink it, but you
Good.
shouldn't.
You shouldn't. Yeah.
Anytime. So,
Hey.
but what are you gonna do? So listen, we got to do plugs. But
Yeah,
that's
we
a
gotta do
fucking
plugs.
crazy story.
Yeah.
It's a very strange person that you met, and they should be find them on Twitter eventually. We need to I feel like people should intervene on this person. This is insane. Not on Twitter, but I mean, like,
just run wild.
okay. Yeah,
That's why I didn't mention any of the names or the
next
podcasts.
time out
Just-
there, if you meet somebody who says they wrote like some of the best parts of Entourage and now invented King of Queens and
David Tell opened. They opened for David Tell.
he learned
bumped Nick
everything from David,
Swartzen.
yeah, like and all that stuff. If you need,
It won't be hard to figure out. You'd be like, "Oh, that's the guy Adam was talking about, probably."
Yeah,
You know,
yeah, I
not too
think
many.
so.
Probably that story going out around there.
All right, okay.
But
cool. Yeah, plugs it is. Jesus, what a
plugs. It is. Yeah.
Adam,
Pretty
where
wild.
can people find you? What do you want them to find?
Well, this Saturday, I guess we'll both be at Soul Joel's. It was in Sunnybrook, right, PA?
Yep.
Yeah.
Sunnybrook. Well, it's at the Sunnybrook Inn. Yeah, in Sunnybrook, PA. Soul Joel's Sunnybrook location. Check it out.
8 o'clock show, right?
No, the late night thing starts at 10.
You're right. It's right here. 10
Kicks
o'clock.
off at 10 o'clock.
Never mind.
Yeah. Tickets are only $5. So if you're already going to the show, you can stay and for free. Or if you want to get tickets right now, they're only $5 for a nice late night thing. Maybe go out, have a couple drinks, come on over. It's gonna be a good time.
And then again, we have the Autumn Lake Winery show. That is June 7th in Jersey. So come out to that. That's going to be fun. June 17th, I'll be up at Cardinal Winery in Lansdale, New Jersey. June 22nd, Pork Fest, New Hampshire. It's going to be fun. I'm only there one night, Thursday night. And then I'm coming back because Friday night, just a comedy show in Turnersville, New Jersey. And that's all for June. Don't worry about it. Probably other shit too, but that's all I really give a shit about. So, yay.
Cool. Nice. Hey, everybody, you can check me out. I am neilwood.com for all my dates and details coming up. And of course, I'll be at Helium. Helium June 24th. Saturday, I'll be there at 2:30 p.m.
I'm there a month after you.
I got some comps if you want to, but they might fill up pretty quick, I think. So, but whatever, give me an old shout out if you want to come to the show at Helium, 2:30 p.m. Pretty convenient to get to at 2:30, so shouldn't be much traffic, or anything like that. So that's huge. You can come to our next show for the biggest little comedy under droptent.com. You can go over there and check out our shows. June 2nd at Crown of Creation in South Philadelphia. We got a cool lineup with you with some old fans of the podcast, old favorites of the podcast. Dan Clark, Matt Himes, a couple of folks there on that show. Tickets are only $5 right now for the first 5 people, so you grab those tickets. Right after that, they turn into $10 if you're not the first 5. All right, so grab those tickets now. That's going to be June 2nd, first Friday coming up. And Adam's already pitched the Autumn Lake Winery, but you can check out all the dates and details for upcoming shows for droptent.com over at droptent.com/events. Go there. You'll see all the dates and details for all our venues and all the tickets and all the good stuff. All right. And of course, IamNeilWood.com for all my stuff. At IamNeilWood for social media and all that good stuff too. You can check out droptent.com/store. Go to our store. Check out the Cult of Us stuff. Get in there. You'll enjoy it. Grab a hat, grab a shirt, grab a t-shirt, grab a sleeveless shirt, grab anything. All right. There's different colors. There's different stuff. Grab it. It helps us out a bunch. We appreciate it. And, you can like and subscribe too, but this is also helps us out. We do appreciate everybody that buys something. So, and you can support the network too with a Drop Tent one if you feel like it. And then of course, patreon.com/cultofus. $5 tier. It's a bunch of extra shit. We get you extra audio, video, from us on the road, different movie watches. We got joining the Discord and then checking out some MMA fights. We got all kinds of cool stuff in there for you, so go on, grab it. And of course, a t-shirt, so give us your old size there and we send you over a t-shirt. So a bunch of great stuff in there. Grab it right now, only $5.
Yeah, in fact, I think tonight started or tomorrow is Ultimate Fighter McGregor versus Chandler series. So the end of that series, Chandler fights McGregor, which is obviously going to be a gigantic fight because anything McGregor does, obviously, in the UFC. Yeah. So guess what we'll be watching in our Discord? And you guys don't need to, spend $85, just $5 a month. So why don't you come over to Discord, watch Conor McGregor probably beat Michael Chandler? Maybe not. Conor McGregor's kind of washed. I don't know. I'm over him. But anyway, so Patreon, go join it. Patreon.com/cultofus and go join the Odyssey. Oh, I'm going to put us on Rumble too.
Oh, very cool. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm going to put us on Rumble. I have to do that this week. I just thought about doing it. I just keep forgetting. So we're going to do it on Rumble too. So we're on Odyssey. We're going to be on Rumble, YouTube, Spotify, iTunes. Oh, like, subscribe, fucking rate, review, all that shit too. Fucking nerds. Oh, and also go follow me, Adam Nutter, on Twitter and stuff. I forgot to say that before. And Porcupine, which go youtube.com/Adam Nutter.
You good? You all right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
That's it. I'm done speaking now.
Yeah, you can do so much stuff. Yeah, you can subscribe to our newsletter. There's so many things.
Yeah, so many things.
Subscribe to our newsletter and all that good stuff.
Also, saw Blink-182.
You saw them?
Yeah.
Oh, like perform?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. How was that? Just nostalgic as shit? Did you cry and stuff?
Yeah. Okay, so you know me so well. In fact, fun game. Okay, let's play the how Neil well knows me game. Preface this with I hate mainstream band because like their clientele sucks.
Okay.
Right, like if you go see like a underground band, like a small club, it's like usually everybody there is like for the music and they're just like chilling. You go to like Metallica or like fucking Foo Fighters. They're so mainstream. You have so many assholes who just go because it's a thing to do, and it's like fucking Blink or like fucking Metallica.
Sure.
And they just act like assholes and it ruins it. Like now, I'm a fucking again. That's my growing up period. I mean, Enema of the State came out in '99, I think. Right? I was like junior high to high school. That was like a lot. That's like when I discovered Blink. It was like a big time for me. I love them. It's like a big big deal for me. So like. I hate when people sing along with every single song.
Okay.
Like, it's annoying. Do you not hate that?
It's tough. I don't know. Why do you hate it?
Because like I don't want to hear you.
Yeah.
Right. Like I want to hear the band I'm seeing. Like, and like only certain bands are like that. Like I've seen the Deftones live. Like I don't know, a shit ton of times. And only a few songs people sing along to, right? Like a few. Usually, because all Deftones are a harder band, and you know he's drumming around like he's like like into the mic. No one's really singing that. But pop punk or like even '90s alternative, like I'm sure like Bush or like fucking Semi-Charm or like Third Eye Blind, people are gonna like sing to those songs. You know what I'm saying? Does it make sense? Am I making sense of my dumb speech?
I guess it just for me it's like a show to show thing. I feel like there's a live. I've been in at live events where I get what you're talking about, where it's like the audience is almost so loud that you can't even hear the music, like they're singing. But there's also like a live thing of like Metallica, for instance, like they have one of the albums that is like I listen to. It's a live album of theirs, and the audience is like very heavily involved. Now the recording and stuff is good enough where I can hear them, but like in the crowd, if you were just in the back someplace. Everyone is singing the, give me fuel, give me like everyone. So, but I mean, at that point, I don't know. It's tough. I get what you mean. If the sound quality, depending on where you are, but I feel like that's a show to show thing. I don't know. But what was your instance? Like you just, everyone, no, I know. I get that. But what was your instance here? Like, was it just like you were in the pit or like where you were, everyone was singing and you couldn't really hear everyone? Or?
No, we just regular, like in the front.
Okay.
Middle, I guess. Like just the middle.
So in other words, the band was drowned out by the amount of people singing their songs.
Oh, it's thousands of people.
Okay.
So it's just but I mean,
it could be tough.
You heard them, bro.
Okay.
I'm just but.
So
I'll always give myself like a song.
So you're getting older, and it's like you want to go to a concert.
Yeah, I am that guy now. Yeah.
Sit down in a seat and just really let them play. And no one really gets up. Maybe they tap their toe. Maybe a clap in between songs.
Seeing Blink at Warped Tour, that was fun.
Yeah, but weren't you dancing and stuff and singing along as well?
But I was younger.
Well,
way younger.
Right. So now, okay. So now you've lost your child inside.
Yeah.
And you're going to these now with like, why doesn't everyone just kind of settle down and let them sing?
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
yeah, but it wasn't happening at all.
I would say maybe live concerts aren't for you. But.
No, I have to. It's like a thing of like I deal with it. Okay. Obviously, I deal with it. What am I gonna do? Not deal with it?
No, I get it.
But I gave myself. I always give myself like a song to sing along to. Like I'll like myself. I break the rule myself for one song for every band I see. You know what I'm saying? Like every for Nine Inch Nails is Hurt.
Right.
Because that's my very first song I learned how to play on piano. I love that song. Deftones, it depends on what they're playing, but like I'll usually pick one. Whatever, pick a thing. 2 for Blink though. Can you guess the 2?
Probably not. No, I mean I can.
Really?
Take a
guess. You know me pretty well. Take a guess of which 2 I went with.
That one's the suicide one.
No,
right?
no. Wasn't Adam's song, which I know my name, but wasn't it? No.
I know. I figured that'd be yours.
Nope.
All the small things? Is that the
No.
same song? No.
Okay,
not all the small
so
things.
what's my age again?
Okay, what's my age?
And damn
again?
it.
Gotcha. Oh, and damn it.
Because it's so fun.
Okay.
You know,
Yeah.
it's all right to tell me what do you. Yeah, because it's so fun. Yeah, how do you not? How do you not do that one? And then what did I cry at?
Yeah, would you? That's more to the point. I'm trying to think of what you cried at.
Okay. So let me. Okay, by the way, like screen in the back, like with like every song was like animated.
Right. Yeah, of course. Yeah. They had
So
they had show production in the back.
Yeah.
That was okay. That was playing visuals. Nice.
So Stay Together for the Kids got me.
Okay.
You know, here's your holiday. That one. And here's what's funny. I remember this so vividly. It's like, he goes, Mark looks at Tom and he goes, all right, Tom, make him cry. And I was like, I'm not going to cry for a Blink song. What the fuck is he talking about? And they start playing, and I'm like, all right. I mean, this is a sad song, but like, I didn't have like a rough childhood growing up, which that song's kind of about.
Right.
But the song's also about other things, and like, you know, I'm going through other things in my life, which is whatever. And I was fine until the 2-minute and 40-second part of the song. I know because that's the part on the album. It's the breakdown of the song, and on the background the whole time, the imagery is like what's the slow part like? Okay, you know, like the slow part of the song, like you see it every day, long and like the slower part of the song.
Right.
It's just like two parents and like a kid on the screen, and like it's all animated, and it's like kind of calm. And then it goes to da 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 da, and here's your. It's like they're like yelling at each other, and it's like a lot more intense. So then,
You're talking like that bridge point is like, and where because the beat's like this, it's like, here's your holiday, wanna know it this time
and take it all away.
Yeah, when it's like almost the bridge, I
right.
think they go, because I think they even go up a.
So here, I
Okay,
could.
I
I
got
think I get away with like
That's
4
fine.
seconds.
Just
on
go
YouTube.
for it. This
Okay.
is already gonna be long. Yeah.
So
you.
it gets to the middle, like again that
Right.
3/4 of third, that 2-minute 40-second part
Yeah.
where it's the hard breakdown,
Right.
where it's like the guitar lead up, and it's like da na 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 da na 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 na, and then Tom really gets into it. He's like, and he gets like a really whiny Tom voice. He does, and, like, and here's your holiday, and like he get really emotional, and I just started like I started welling up, like, because it's like it hit me for like other things going on in my life, and I was like, motherfucker. But Adam's song I was fine, like I was like fine for everything, all the other sad. But then, I mean, you really don't have that many sad songs that play,
Right.
you know, they play.
Couple
But
of minutes.
that
that one got you
always,
every time. Okay.
yeah.
Interesting.
Well, from I mean, yeah, now.
Nice.
But yeah, it was like
The
God
visuals
damn it.
really set it over the top for you, huh?
But again, it wasn't even, but not even what they represent. Because again, that wasn't my home life, right? Like I didn't
Right.
have like that. But it's just all of it, and then like again, other aspects of my personal
other
life
aspects,
now
right.
and stuff that I just kind of resonates with a little bit. And I was just like, stupid.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Yeah, it's tough, man. What makes you cry? The songs when they're triggered. I'm trying to
But
think of,
this is also I got sappy about this, and this wasn't even like a. It's just again, I grew up with Blink, you know, been watching him forever. And it's like that thing, you know, again, Warped Tour, you know, you see him, and then it's like you just look around, and it's like thousands of people are like singing along, like, you know, like word for word, like emotionally, and you're like, damn, dude, like that's kind of wild, like what music could do for people. You know, it's like I know it's like it's whatever. It's a cliche thing to say. I understand that. I understand people understand that. I'm like a brown grading thing. I'm saying. I'm just saying though, I don't think people really appreciate it.
Yeah.
You know, because like when you really sit back, and again, people go to concerts. I get it, dickheads. I get it. I understand. But just next time if you go to a concert, like just truly sit there and like if people are really jamming with the song, just like soak it in. It's kind of cool to be like, you look around and everybody's like, you know, especially with that song or like an emotional song like that, and people are like fucking, and they all have the reasons, and you're like, damn, dude, that's fucking wild that these three do. And then you know, and then like Tom's like talking about like he's like, this is how you get successful in life. He's like, just fucking drop out of high school, join a punk rock, and let dick jokes take it to the top. I'm like, kind of, yeah. Kind of. Let dick jokes take it to the top. That's what we're kind of doing. We're trying.
yeah. definitely. I don't cry at songs. I'm not a little bitch, but it's interesting.
You also don't have a soul or emotions, so you know.
I mean, I've been pretty
dead inside for a while. I know.
It's pretty good. It's pretty
dead inside.
Pretty good. Yeah. If we're doing more Larry Curb Your Enthusiasm
Pretty good.
pretty good. No, I'm sure there's something. I know there are. But I'm just trying to think of like.
There's not one song that gets you.
No,
there's a bunch of songs that will get me.
There definitely are. But I'm trying to think of how some of them I would interact with, like definitely ones like nostalgic that are gonna get me are not. It's they would be. It's all bittersweet stuff too. Like it's I can definitely remember like being rejected by a chick at the shore and whatever I was listening to. It was definitely like some emo music.
Yeah, for sure.
And if I heard like that, like, oh, you know what? One of them might be. It was that. But cry, no. But I will have depending on the right.
Well, I'm not
situation.
Calm
Calm
down.
down. I know.
No. By the way,
you're welled up.
First of all, I admit when I do that. That's not
know,
what.
it's
Just that. Like, yeah, just like that. Like, you know, you just start to like the.
yeah, totally. I think there's a God, I was trying to remember. There's a Jimmy Eat World. There's a Jimmy Eats World song.
Sweetness?
Maybe.
Or Praise Chorus?
I remember the band name. Calm down.
All right. Well, I like those songs.
I know, but
I'm trying to think.
You derail the conversation. I don't know. I don't know. It doesn't matter. What I'm saying is that, like, yeah, definitely, like, the time and the place is what we're talking about. It's those things where, like, the time and the place, the mood you were in, that you know. But and also, like, my family wasn't really like. I'll give you this. This is the ones. This is it. But this is what I mean. It's only around so seasonally now.
Okay.
Italian. The old school like Italian songs that go down. You know, it's a sadder, it's a bitter, sweet kind of situation.
Yeah.
Grandfather, aunts, uncles, you know, people that have lost. So, you know, but, you know, which is funny because sometimes it's a goofy song, like when, you know, like when
Dominic the Donkey.
Well, no, we weren't that. I hate that fucking song. Actually, everybody in my house.
Well, because you're not true Italian, but go on.
No, everyone hates that song. My family.
I do hate that song, but I'm gonna still shit on you for it.
Shit. It's but even like the other ones, like Lazy Mary, or you know what I mean. So you have this fun, sweet moment of like remembering people that have passed, but at the same time, it's like, you know, Lazy Mary, we need the sheets for the table, like, and you're just like, what is this about? It's like, like, don't marry an ugly chick, like, don't marry a pretty woman, you know, like all these songs. Yeah, definitely. I get you. Time, place, definitely.
Yeah, for sure.
I've definitely gotten welled up this past season, like in the car, being like, oh, fuck, mob hits. Oh, here we go.
Oh, dude, Noah hit me. Noah hit
It's
me randomly. Wish You Were Here, Pink Floyd, my grandfather.
Oh, okay. See, I don't. Yeah, I got you.
But like, and not for like, not because like I was like a song we listened to or anything like that. It just the song itself is very sad, and it's like, I wish you were here. And like, I maybe because I was thinking of my grandfather recently, and it was like, it just happened to coincide with when I thought of him, and then I just was like, because you're never expecting it. You're just I was just be sitting there playing like a game, or whatever. And I was be like, and like listening to music in the background. And then like just maybe thinking about like, you know, my grandfather like subconsciously, and then that comes on. I'm like, I'm like, what is happening right now?
Oh, it's happening again.
Yeah, I can't stop it.
Yeah. What is this liquid from their eyes? It is tears. It is water, a sign of weakness.
And then sometimes I'll try to do like this. Stop being a bitch. Stop being a bitch. You're fine. And it's like that just doesn't work. It just doesn't work.
Yeah, there's I definitely got a couple. I'll keep thinking of like ones maybe through the week that like
Lifehouse, You and Me gets me sometimes.
Oh God. Okay, good. That's good. No, let's be positive. Wow, Lighthouse.
Lifehouse.
Lifehouse. Yeah, whatever. My ex's biggest favorite band.
Really? They have two good songs. One of them's You and Me.
She loved the band, every song she thinks.
Are you being? Is this a bit? Are you serious?
Nope.
That's wild. I've never heard of anyone say that before. Like, I've heard people go, I like Hanging by a Moment and You and Me. And I go, same. And then we move on to the conversation.
No, she was like a big fan. She
That's crazy. They don't even have fans. They just like have two songs people like.
Hey, they're still touring. How dare you?
Probably are.
You know, but I love it for you, bud. It's good that you got to emote and you get to feel things, which is huge for you, you know, and you did it kind of at the right time. This wasn't like something that you were maybe taking a shit at a casino and then all of a sudden started crying because the wallpaper had like a puppy or something on it that you recognized. So that's good. This is actually right time, right place to feel those emotions.
Right.
And you let it wash over you, and you experience something, and look at that.
Didn't get violent or anything to try to like mask
positive,
my emotion
baby.
and mask my manliness.
That was not
pretty
CTE.
good.
That was just your regular emotion.
Regular Adam emotion. Wow.
Look at that, dude.
I only really experience life through CTE emotion, so it's rare to experience it through non-CTE
They're always
emotion.
ill-timed. It's always like, you know, you're crying at the library, or let's be honest, you're not going to the library. It was no one would believe that in 1,000 times.
That's great.
Yeah.
Read.
It's like, no, Adam's
audiobooks.
He's protesting the public good.
Yeah,
so
fuck
funny.
libraries.
Yeah.
I'm paying for your books.
Barnes and Noble forever, dude.
Yeah. Borders. Oh, they closed down. Barnes and Nobles.
But yeah, man, that's great. That's awesome.
Fun times. Fun times here in the cult.
Dude. This is a good app. I liked it a lot.
Yeah, fun.
Sure, you know, I mean, we're the prisoners in our basement's a little loud.
Don't worry about it.
We had to cut out a lot of stuff, but what are you gonna do?
Hey, don't act up.
Yeah,
don't act up.
Just don't. You're going through something right now. People in the basement right now. Some of our members, as we like to call them. You know, it's like just accept your fate, I think is what we can say, right? Mm-hmm. Accept your fate. You have to, you know, we're putting you to work. You're making our new stickers. It's just what it's got to be.
Don't complain.
And you know, unfortunately, we have to do it like the stickers are so good. We have to do it kind of like high level stuff. So they have to be naked the entire time, very clean. I know Adam and I really worked on that for the development of what our members do. So they're working around the clock 24/7, well, 23 with an hour break, whatever. But yeah, so those will.
Who's giving a break?
I know, it's a whole thing. They try to. Don't even get me.
What is happening here? Do I got to send my boys over there?
I know.
Do I got to send my boys over there? Because let's be honest, the cult, the president's side is the enforcer side of this cult.
You don't think they're going to unionize?
We like to do that. We don't allow that over here.
Right? No,
we don't allow.
There's no way. Who would
out of your
even?
fucking mind?
Crazy.
First of all, executed on spot. If I even listen to me, if I even hear.
No, it's a big problem.
Speak of a union, you'll be fucking killed on spot.
Well, no, and that's the same thing. See, I'm pro-union, but I'm anti-worker. That's so they get it. He's pro-worker, anti-union, so it's just
they're really in a pickle.
Nightmare. Yeah, we don't know. Yeah, but all of our subjects.
All I know
are
is it's not our problem. I know
members.
That much. It's not our
all
problem.
our not subjects, members. All our members are like really every time I'm yelling something, Adam's yelling something.
It's their problem, really.
It's a nightmare. Yeah. So, but what are you gonna do? You know, it's another day in the cult. You know, I've been Neil Wood, your delicious Pope. That's been Adam Nutter. Sorry, I was trying to think of. That's been Adam Nutter, your scrumptious president over there. Yeah, it's another day in the cult. People, will see you next time.
Yeah. Bye.
By the renewing of your mind.
The recycling. It's a flesh body world.
Do it.
Human.
Do it.
Sir slimy reptilian.
This has been a Drop Tent Media Production.